I killed my little robin friend. He drowned in one of my water buckets that I had open. The garden is very lonely without my little robin friend. That's interesting. Hey. Come on, sweetie, it's okay. Come on, sweetie, it's okay. It's okay, sweetie. Wow. It's okay, sweetie. Wow, he's so close to me. He's like 2 feet away from me. Hi, sweetie, what are you doing? Oh my goodness. The boy deer won't come here when I'm here. No. No. Hey. You be nice. Okay, so I need to cut all of this fluffiness, including my third cutting of lofty salad mix. Well, I got everything clipped back yesterday. Here's my tomato plants. These ones look really nice. Then I had to run off and do other things. I cut back all the lettuce except for this back row. And I need to string these cucumbers up. This half bed of Salanova lettuce that I ended up saving from the crane fly larva is ready to harvest this week. So I need to cut that today. The back half is still growing. And I need to get my monster bed of baby chard back there clipped back. I didn't offer any mature chard bunches this week, although I guess I probably should have, because some of these leaves are getting pretty big and I need to clip back this clover because it's starting to kind of overtake the chard. But I offered instead some kind of small leaf bagged chard. I forgot to say that I'm also going to be harvesting the green onions between these rows of Salanova lettuce here that I'm going to cut back. These are awfully small bunches, so I'm just offering them as small green onion bunches, and I'm reducing the price because they're about ready, you know? So yeah, green onions this week for the first time. These are my lofty salad mix, Jang seeded beds, and they are germinating now too. So I've got to decide. I've got you know, a couple of trays of Salanova lettuce in soil blocks, you know, that I need to plant, and I need to decide where I'm going to plant them. Do they go in the walkway in the greenhouse? Do they go out in a half bed in the garden? We shall see. Alrighty, so I half-ass cut this half of the bed. And I've got actually 2 tubs full of baby chard. So far, baby deer and boy deer are getting along. So I ended up with about 15 pounds of greens for the lettuce mix. Normally I like to do like a lot of lettuce. That's why I call it lettuce mix. And then just add in a little bit of baby chard, you know, orach and things like that. What does that sound? Oh, it was my hat. And so I don't need this half bed of lettuce out here this week, which will let that get a little bit fluffier. And so the next week it'll be a lot of lettuce and then a little bit less chard. But I did get a lot of orders for green onions this week, and so I'm gonna pull pretty much all this, all the green onions that are between the Salanova lettuce here. I'll grab 20. Yeah, so, and then I'll prep. And I've got my wash station set up, so I get to do that in the wash station instead of the little sink that I have. So anyway, yay. So this wasn't too bad, pulling the green onions out of there. The greens that are sticking up in between there are garlic greens, you know. But I got all these guys, 20 of them, and I probably should have charged more because they're actually bigger than I thought. Oh boy, this is my groovy wash station that I get to work in. If you haven't seen the video where I use this thing, I'll link it above. I have a couple of new robins that are coming out here, but they're afraid of me and they just fly away. Coming out here to harvest some kale and some chard. With the nice weather we've been getting and as fast as the plants are growing, I would say probably one 40-foot bed of kale might be enough to get to what what my customers want. Definitely 1.5 beds that I have here, and then I've got this extra bed of kale is going crazy and it's ready to pick now. And then I've got my extra bed of kale and chard, and there's still little guys, but I'm gonna have to start Operation Frozen Kale or something like that. Operation Frozen Kale. Yeah, last year I tried to overwinter kale, and that'll work on a mild winter, but last winter was not mild. And so I had frozen some kale and it was really good. So my plan was to do Operation Frozen Kale. So I need to pick this maybe tomorrow to freeze. Loaded up and ready to go. Got 2 totes of kale, green onions, small leaf chard in bags, and a chard bunch. Lettuce mix underneath that, and a total of 3 totes of lettuce mix, 24 bags. Here we go. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. Nothing left over, so I must have got it right. Tyler's drilling into the rock in the driveway so we can get these last fence posts around the raspberry plants. Okay, so I have a raspberry patch finally fenced in, and I'll fiddle around with that probably next week, see if I want to weed it, or whatever. But I'm going to move over to garden, and I've decided to go ahead and transplant out my 2 flats of Salanova lettuce. And I'm going to go ahead and let the salad mix grow in this full 40-foot bed, but I had transplanted the green onions amongst the lofty salad mix seed, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing and plant the Salanova lettuce, pull off this cover and plant it in there. Looks like we have a little deer friend. Who's that? Gosh, there they go again. Whatever. Oh my goodness. Hey baby. Is boy deer chasing you again? No. This is another girl deer. And it might be Mama. Do you think Mama's like, hey, get out of here, I'm gonna get my other baby? I'm having my new baby here. But everybody's chasing away little baby deer. Hey, you guys. You guys need to get along. Like, what is the deal? Huh? Hi, sweetie. What's the deal, huh? Are we back at this again? Okay. Mama dear, can we just not share the space? We have like so much skunk cabbage everywhere. There's a nice little sawdust pile that everybody can sit down in together. I use the 4-row gritter to mark out each of the spots where I'll be planting the lettuce. And I need to remember, I'm gonna go ahead and plant, you know, garlic like I did here. I'm gonna plant garlic right down by the base, just in case we have some crane fly larvae, and maybe that's helping. Okay, so those guys needed to be planted out a week or so ago. They're awfully long and leggy. We got some rain. I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish up stringing up the cucumbers in the greenhouse here, and then separate out some garlic cloves. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish stringing up the rest of these guys. And as you can see, the orach, you know, I'll have to be reaching through the strings to harvest that back couple rows. So it'd be nice to have a walkway planted in orach. So that's what I might do in the other greenhouse. So I've been feeling kind of melancholy all week because of my little robin friend. And I didn't want to talk about him because I thought I would just bawl on camera. But I'm getting over it. It's mostly because I come out here and I was reminded that he was gone because he wasn't around. It was very quiet out here. But got to fix my little death trap that I have over there between the greenhouses and not do that again. Alrighty, so we got our strings strung up here for the cucumbers. And next week I have to get my drip kit, you know, for the irrigation set up for this walkway and the other walkway here in this greenhouse, where I've got my mangy germination of lofty salad mix. Yeah, I've decided I may go ahead and try and seed some orach in here instead so I can harvest it more easily. And guess what? Sugar snap peas are all puffed up and some of these are ready to harvest. Got these strung up the same as the cucumbers, and so I could lower them, but I'm afraid that then they're going to kind of attack my basil plants down here. So I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that. But yeah, this bed of Salanova lettuce is going to be ready to pick next week, along with that bed out in the garden. So I'm going to have lots of lettuce. Over here in the 4 beds of my potato patch, the first 2 beds that I planted are coming up. Yay! I just went up to the house and got this window screen that we used to use for the 2 days a year that would be really hot and we want to open the window and not have the bugs come in. And it's a really tight mesh. So yeah, that fits over the buckets. This mesh fencing, the birds can't see, especially the non-resident birds. And so they'll fly right into it and get knocked back. The resident birds, you know that there's a fence here and will fly over it. But if they were ever, startled or chased by another bird, they'd run right into it. And I'm sure that's what happened to my little friend. Okie dokie, folks. So I'm going to head back up to the house and grab a snack and then come back out here and plant that garlic next to the lettuce stems so they don't get attacked by the crane fly larvae, hopefully. Next week we're supposed to get some sun, and so yeah, this mix of sun and rain, these plants have been loving it. Operation Freeze Kale, I think I'll get to early next week, and yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you guys next week. You're so brave. Hi, little fellow.